guys, it's CJ's Cosplays here, and for my part 2 of the Miraculous Ladybug reaction, I'm actually going to be doing conspiracy theories on the show because unfortunately part 1 got banned in some countries due to copyrighted content, and yeah, so I'm trying to just not have copyrighted content. So Disney won't have to ban my video in some countries. So let's get on. So the first theory is probably the most well-known throughout the Miraculous fandom, and the theory says that Gabriel Agreste is Hawkmoth. However, season 2 is a bit of a mindfuck. Yeah, so I'll have to admit, throughout season 1, I did believe that he was Hawkmoth, but now seeing evidence and stuff, like just a bunch of stuff against it, and watching all of season 2, I don't believe he is Hawkmoth. However, if you watch one episode, Hawkmoth turns himself into Gabriel Agreste and then gives himself powers, which is really, I know it sounds really confusing, but he gives himself abilities, so he's able to leave his lair, leave this area that we always see him in, and he plays Gabriel Agreste, and then he gets akumatized, and then, there's that whole episode, and then we don't know if he ever changed back, and that's the part where it gets really confusing, because throughout the end of the season, we see Gabriel Agreste, and then we see he's come up with a theory that his own son, or Adrian Agreste, because we don't even know if it's actually Gabriel Agreste, is Cat Noir, so he has that theory. And then one part where I thought it wasn't Gabriel Agreste that is Hawkmoth was the fact that he forgot his own theory that his son was Cat Noir. Because for a split little minute there, he was like, who is Cat Noir? I need to find out who Cat Noir is. And it's very strange because only minutes before, Gabriel Agreste had been like, my son is Cat Noir. So, and then when we get past that episode, it gets even more confusing. Because we see Gabriel Agreste, his attitude has definitely changed, so I don't believe it's him. But then we see him go down in the house, like, to the basement, and it's the same room. So, my brain's getting confuzzled, yours might be too, and that is A-okay, because, we don't see Hawkmoth change back into himself, and we see Gabriel Agreste go down into his own house, and it's Hawkmoth's lair. And it's just so confusing, because we know that Hawkmoth changed himself into Gabriel Agreste. Gabriel Agreste doesn't act as himself anymore, so those two pieces alone would probably be enough to state that he isn't Hawkmoth. However, there is even more evidence. Now, this may be some basic information, however, it does pretty much go to fuel the theory that he isn't. Now, the face shapes are completely different, and in one episode, they even have the evidence right there in front of your face, because the little end of the episode photos, one of them is Hawkmoth and Gabriel Agreste in back to back. They have different face shapes, so it could be him, but his suit, maybe? I don't know. I don't believe that it is him, and there's actually another theory as to who it is, and I don't know if it's quite him, or if it is, so I don't know. I don't know who it is, I just don't believe it is Gabriel Agreste, because, I mean, the season was a little confusing as to who is Hawkmoth. Now, when we watch further and further through the end of the season 2, it gets a little even more confusing. It's just all over the place. So right now, I don't believe that Hawkmoth is Gabriel Agreste, and Gabriel Agreste is Hawkmoth. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if they decided to pull that out and have that be the next reveal or whatever. And if they continue to say he isn't or prove he isn't, I wouldn't be quite surprised either. So, where do I stand on this theory? I'm on the middle ground, because he could be, or he isn't, and I would be okay with either, because both would make for a pretty good story, and I think if he did turn out being Hawkmoth, then that would make a pretty interesting story, because so far the story has been pretty much the same, because it's a kids show. But at the same time, it would make an interesting story to see Cat Noir, aka Adrian Agreste, fight his own father, Hawkmoth. So, we'll see. So, on to the next theory. Alright, the next one isn't quite a theory, but I still thought I would mention it. Now that we know there are other Kwamis and other miraculous holders and miraculouses, what is the plural of miraculous? I don't know. Anywho, so there is, like, the whole thing where the world has to be in balance, and the more miraculous you bring into the world, the more dangerous it could be. Now, we know they're missing the butterfly and the peacock. We know the butterfly is Hawkmoth, and there's a lot of theory that Adrian's mom might be the peacock, but that's different theory. Now, the whole thing about balance between the two, or the multiple miraculous holders they have, is pretty cool. And then if you look at the box, it's divided in certain sections, with the Ladybug and Cat Noir miraculous being right in the center in a yin-yang form, shape, thing. Yeah. And now if you think about, I don't know, like the symbolism behind black cats, you usually think, oh, they're bad luck. And then ladybugs are actually a symbol for good luck. So I found that really cute during the season, because I didn't realize it, but it's like something not quite like important, but still at the same time, because to understand their powers, then you understand, because it's the symbolism behind the animals that their super suits, their powers, whatever you want to call it, is based on. So I think it's like the symbolism of yin and yang, so like they balance each other out, which is like good luck and bad luck, or creation and destruction, because we can see that Cat Noir with its cataclysm destroys things, and Ladybug with her lucky charm creates things out of basically thin air. So I think it was a cute little thing that they did. So yeah, on to the next theory. Next theory is Adrian's mom was the past Cat Noir. Don't believe it. Her being the peacock is more believable. Bye. Hey guys, so I am currently editing this video, that's why I'm in different clothes. But anyway, so regarding this video, I'm actually going to split the theories into 2 videos, because otherwise it'd be a pretty long video. So see you in part 3.